Hey, guys. How are you? I am so excited to be with each and every one of you today. Today's training is going to be really awesome. Very interesting conversation and a topic that is near and dear to my heart. So, who am I? I am the Jackie Jackson, the tax deed genius. I am a full-time real estate investor and a real estate coach. And I am so excited to be with you guys again this week, sharing information that absolutely will change your life, right? Not only just change your life, but everybody else that surrounds you and the financial projection of your life for generations to come. So, what am I discussing today? Well, most people contact me, whether it is by a direct message or they call my business line and they leave a voicemail, or they email me, or set a consultation, schedule a consultation, whatever it is. Even my new students, that's the path that they come through, right? Somebody has to contact me. Well, one of the first questions that everyone always asks when they contact me is, Jackie, how much money do I need to get started investing in tax liens and tax deeds? And my answer is always the same. You don't need a lot. As a matter of fact, it doesn't even have to be your money. So what am I talking about this morning? What am I talking about today? Well, I'm encouraging you to think beyond your bank account. Think beyond your bank account. The question is, how much money do I need, or does it take, to start investing in tax liens and tax deeds? Well, let's make sure that we're clear on what we're really asking, okay? So the investment strategy of tax liens and tax deeds is contingent upon delinquent real estate taxes, right? So delinquent real estate taxes start at every level. I mean, delinquent real estate taxes sometimes can even be $50, $100, $200, $1,000, uh, hundreds of thousands of dollars. I don't know. It just depends on the taxes that are owed for that real estate property. And it, especially for tax liens, it's usually just 1 year's worth. But when it comes on to tax deeds, normally it's like 2 to 3, a minimum of 3 years, like combined together with the delinquency and the fees and all that stuff, right? So the answer to the question is that it can vary. All right. And I know that's not what you want to hear. You don't want to hear that. You want like a definitive number. Okay, Jackie, I need $500, or, oh, tell me I need $1,000 or $10,000. And no, you don't need anything. As a matter of fact, the money doesn't have to come from you at all. And I'm just trying to help you broaden your own understanding, because sometimes you limit your own opportunity because you isolate yourself as if you operate on an island. And what do I mean by that? Well, earlier I mentioned the money doesn't have to come from your bank account. All right. So what do I mean by that? You have friends, you have family, you have associates, you have all these people that are around you that are interested in investing. However, you choose not to have that conversation with them. You kind of like ask the question of yourself and answer it, saying they don't have any money, or my friends are broke, or family is broke, or whatever that looks like for you. And the answer is like, that's not even true. That's far from even the truth. So when I am teaching with my students and they give me that, kind of like scarcity answer, that they don't have enough and they don't know anybody that has money, and they feel frustrated, they feel squeezed tight, they feel the competition is too high, and if they go to the auction, they're going to be outbidded, or whatever that looks like for them. I always bring them back to the place like this. You're not the only one that's interested in being successful. If you believe that you're the only one that's interested in being successful, you're always going to feel like you're by yourself. And the truth is, you're not by yourself. There's many other people that want to experience being a real estate investor. However, they don't want to go through the process, or perhaps they just may not have the time to sit and to learn like you do. So focus on being the subject matter expert, gathering all the facts, all of the details, all of the information, putting it together in an awesome, amazing package that's digestible and easy for other people to understand. And guess what you can do with that information? You can sit everybody down on the couch. I want you to call a board meeting. Yes, call an event meeting at your house. And of course, you're going to make it pandemic friendly so everybody can come with their masks on, whatever that looks like for you. And sit everybody down on the couch or the kitchen table or the picnic table or the coffee table, whatever table rocks your boat. And you have a conversation and let people know what you're doing. You see, the challenge here that I see that most people, you normally like literally fail at, is that they go at this alone. They have this like attitude like, okay, I need to prove to myself that I can do it, or prove to someone else that I'm successful. And when I'm successful, then I'll tell the whole world. But guess what? That never happens because you're too afraid to pull the trigger. You're too afraid to, and you know, that's probably an awful analogy right now, especially in today's climate. You're too afraid to actually go forth and like do it, you know? So my point here is do the work, do the information, do the research on the information. Don't worry about the money, because you have an awesome and amazing opportunity that you can share with other people, regardless if it's your money, period. Because once you have all of the information, all of the details and the relevant facts. And where do you get those facts from? Of course, I teach you what to look for. Not only do I teach you what to look for, I prepare you in my training program for the pre-auction strategy, what you need to do prior to the auction. I teach you how to do your own title searches. Yep, that's a big deal. No matter what state you're in, you need to know what's happening with the owner. You need to know what's happening with the property. You need to know what's happening with the neighborhood. Golly, there's a lot to know. You also need to know what type of liens may survive the sale, even if you are successful. You also need to know what that looks like. You also need to know your exit strategy. How are you going to realize your profit, right? So we make money when we buy as real estate investors. People conceptually have a hard time with that. So we make money when we buy. We do. All right. We realize our profits when we actually sell or execute our exit strategy, but we make money when we buy, not when we sell. Got that? Hopefully that was clear. All right. So there's a post-auction strategy that you must also implement as well, or post-sale, regardless if you got it from this, the auction or not. Maybe you got it from the lands available list or directly from the county. I also teach my students how to do that as well too, so that you don't have any competition. It's on a first come, first serve basis. As a matter of fact, 2 of my students just last week, one purchased a property in South Carolina, $4,000. $4,000 for a whole single family house, $4,000. And then she went back and she did it again, bought another one for $3,800 in the same county. No competition. Oh my gosh, so amazing. Was all the money hers? I don't know. I taught her really, really well. So she has 2 houses that she could either cash flow, owner finance, or put it back on the market, sell it as is, if that's what her desire is. Now that she is a for sale by owner, it's not wholesaling, it's a for sale by owner. She owns her own property. Wholesaling, you don't ever own your own property, so it's not the same thing. All right, the opportunities are absolutely endless. And the question today is, how much money do you need? And the answer is, you don't need any money, because it doesn't have to be yours. What you need is a willing heart and the opportunity, the courage to have conversations with people. Look at the times. You have a pandemic. There's so much going on in our world. There's there's elections. There's all kinds of craziness happening right now in our society. What do you think people really want? They're looking for stability. They're looking for opportunity. They're looking for, any resource that would provide some type of financial success direction for their families, just the same thing that you're looking for. Why would you think that you're the only one interested in in financial success. Like that doesn't even make sense to me. So what is it that you should be doing in this time? Like how do you go forth, right? What kind of advice would I give to you right now? Okay, so the advice that I will give to you right now is kind of like twofold. Number one, have some courage. It's true. Whether you're clear on what you're doing or not, right? And number two, actually have the courage to get a mentor, get somebody who can guide you and show you how to be successful in the most shortest period of time, because that will help you navigate, not only navigate, but avoid any kind of challenges. And then you can learn from that person's wisdom. You can learn from their experience and all of that stuff. Okay. And I said two, right? So number one and number two were kind of the same. They're both courage. But number three is have conversations with people that are in your life. You're not like on an island, folks. And maybe you are on an island, but I promise you, you're not on an island by yourself. Nobody's on an island by themselves, unless you're like stranded somewhere in like the Galapagos. And that's kind of unusual and very, very rare. Okay. But you don't need a lot, guys. I didn't start out with a lot. I promise you I didn't. I started out with courage and just really the desire to be successful. And I know that it only takes one, all right? One of my very, very good friends gave me some advice and also gave my students some advice as well too. And he said something. You should be pouring your energy into just one thing in this season. In this moment, it should be just one thing. You should not even be scattered. You should not be like all over the place. You should just be focused on one thing, one thing. The most successful people in this world focus on one thing, and they get really, 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 really good at it. So if it's tax deeds and tax lien strategy that you're interested in, focus on one thing. Tune out everything else. Everything else. I'm not saying to ignore it. I'm just saying tune it out for now so that you can just focus and complete everything that you start. Just complete it. Complete the circle so that you can get everything that you want in your life. Because you're successful. You did it one time. Guess what you could do? You could do it again. You could definitely do it again. You can repeat. You can have the consistency. And I know you guys have discipline because you're always calling me, asking me how. So I know that you want to. Anyway, so this is the Jackie Jackson, real estate coach and investor. And today's video is a little bit different than all the other videos. I'm not sharing my screen. I'm talking to you directly. You're seeing my face and you're seeing me personally. And I'm really, really trying to connect with you just that you are clear and encouraged to understand that you can do this. You could step outside of fear and you can actually be a successful real estate investor, right? So there's all kinds of opportunities available. I teach the 6 different ways that you can be successful within the strategy itself. Most people are unclear about that. And I'll share with you what those 6 are. So you can either number 1, not alphabet, alphanumeric. How about that? All right, so number 1, you can invest in tax liens, all right? People kind of clear on that. Number 2, you can invest in tax liens that don't sell at the actual tax lien auction. Number 3, you can attend the tax deed auction and you could be successful that way. Number 4, you can contact the property owner prior to the tax deed auction and offer the opportunity to assist them so that their property can be avoided from going to the auction. Number 5 is a lands available list. Yeah, that's a real thing. In some states, they call it like forfeited lands or lands available for taxes. Those are properties that did not sell at the tax deed auction. And then number 6 is the surplus overage list, right? So we're like, okay, well, what happens to the money that is generated from the tax deed sale or tax lien sale, like the excess funds? Well, that's also a real thing as well too. And some investors create a surplus fee finder company, right? Where they assist a previous property owner in being able to claim their funds for a service charge, right? So that's a real thing too. A lot of people are interested in that, but they don't know how to do it. Anyway, but that's it. Can't say I never told you how to do it. So, it literally doesn't have to start with you or start with your money, or you're limited to what's in your bank account. Like, don't throw away opportunity. Don't go for the cheapest one. Don't go for the more expensive one. Like, don't psych yourself out. Just come with an open mind and a heart to learn and to listen and to be successful, no matter what the outcome is. Anyway, so this is the Jackie Jackson. I am so excited to share with you as always. And I look forward to hearing from you. So you want to contact me, you want to work with me, you're like, oh, Jackie, la, 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 love you. I'm like, okay, that's cool. But if you want to work with me, too easy. All you have to do is somewhere in here is my booking link or something like that for a consultation. All you got to do is book some time to hang out and chat with me. And yeah, my calendar is full. So if you get to my calendar and it's like, oh my gosh, like, yeah, like it's a real thing. Like, I'm a real investor, a real business owner, a real entrepreneur. So be patient with me, okay? I'm actually expanding my staff right now to make sure that I could, communicate with all of you. But the truth is, yeah, I'm a busy lady, but doesn't mean that I don't love you. So just click the link, try to, schedule some time with me. And I look forward to helping you and guiding you through this process step by step. Anyway, love you all dearly, and I'll see you next time. All right, have a good one.